Welcome to another episode of Nintendo News Daily. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and let's jump into this. First up, we're going to be taking a look at what's going on with Nintendo music. So, The Legend of Zelda, SNES soundtrack, A Link to the Past joins Nintendo music. And we've got a list of every song. I'm taking a look at Nintendo Life here. And here we go. It's really interesting to see, like, when they showed Super Mario Brothers 2, and it was like 8 tracks, right? And now getting into like Super Nintendo games, there's 31 tracks in The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. You've got the title theme, opening theme, player select, Rainy Night, Hyrule Castle, Princess Zelda Rescued, Sanctuary. I'm not going to go through the whole list. If you got Nintendo music, you can check it out. Number 20 is the Master Sword, though. So I don't know about you guys. I love firing these, opening this app and listening to these songs, though. Like listening to this music, it just takes me back. It's very, very nostalgic. And I also have a lot of fun with my girlfriend's son. He gets to be the DJ on the drive to school every morning. And so, although we've kind of been stuck in like a Mario Wonder and Mario Kart loop for a while, that's kind of all we've been listening to. But still just super fun. Every time we get in the car, he's like, "Can we listen to some Nintendo music?" I'm like, I got you. Well, speaking of the app, it has been updated to version 1.1, and I'll give you just the short list of what's included. An automatic volume adjustment feature has been added, intended to balance the volume between tracks. You can now disable the feature in settings, which is kind of cool because, probably your modern tracks like Super Mario or like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus like listening to Super Mario Kart and those chip tunes, you're probably going to have a bit of a volume discrepancy. So that's pretty cool. And then it just says we've also addressed some issues to provide better user experience. So there you go. Not a bunch of huge changes, but I think the levelizer is pretty cool for bouncing between tracks, especially if you've built up a big playlist and you're always having to turn it up or turn it back down depending on which song you're listening to. So I think that's pretty cool. Moving on here. This is really interesting, but Nintendo has run out of replacement parts for the 2DS systems and the new 3DS LL and ends repairs in Japan. So they can't keep repairing 2DS and 3DS any longer because they have run out of parts, which is just crazy. And I mean, it was bound to happen, but I don't know that we've really seen articles like this or seen information like this. Maybe I'd have to go back and check, but like it's just funny that they've still been working on these for so long. Right. And I guess, I mean, I can't imagine, maybe there's some extended warranties or something out there. I'm a little bit baffled at who's still sending these things in to get repairs. And maybe they were charging for it. I know that we recently looked at how the Switch repairs in Japan, the price is going up for that. So maybe that's something that was more frequent there, where people send stuff in, where I feel like here they kind of just get tossed and then you go to a GameStop or something and buy a used one. But anyway, if you were hoping to get repairs done, at least in Japan, and I'm pretty sure you can't get them repaired here. I'd be surprised. The other time that we have heard about this is when it had run out of replacement parts for the Wii U. But prior to that, I don't really remember. And I mean, as a kid, I remember my Super Nintendo, the power, the power brick or whatever died. And I'm telling you, it was the longest 2 weeks of my life trying to get this. I was on the phone with Nintendo daily. They were probably so tired of this little kid calling on the regular, trying to figure out how. Like, I was calling and talking to their repair guy. I was troubleshooting this thing like you wouldn't believe, because and it was summertime when it happened. So it was like, this is prime gaming time, and I can't play my Super Nintendo. We got to fix this. We got to fix it now. So once I got the new I remember taking it to my friend's house and plugging it into his brick, and then it worked. So I was like, okay, I know this is the problem. And then having to, you know, get it coordinated with my mom and her credit card and everything the uh, to get the part sent to me via via Nintendo, which was you know, in the early 90s, it was a little more of a little more of a to do than it is now, where you just kind of go online and click a few buttons and you got your new parts coming if you need them. Moving on here, Mario Day got announced, and there was no direct, nothing real big announced. A lot of sales and a few other things. So we'll kind of dig into it here. So Mario Day celebration begins with a free trial of Nintendo Switch Online, and so there is something kind of cool tied to this, though. So especially if you have Mario Kart. So looking at the article here, it says ahead of March 10th day next week, Mario Day, Nintendo has announced multiple Mario Day discounts on select Nintendo Switch titles. And if you're wanting even more Mario action, you can also check out Mario's classic library of games on the Switch Online service. To help you do this, Nintendo is offering a free 14-day trial, with this offer ending on March 17th. The code for the trial will need to be activated by March 31st. This is from Nintendo. So this Mario Day, play a selection of classic games featuring Mario on your Nintendo Switch system with a free trial of Nintendo Switch Online. For a limited time, you can make the fun last even longer with a 14-day trial offer, which ends on the 17th of March at 11 p.m. Pacific. Now, just taking a look at the article again, the standard tier trial will give you access to games like Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, Super Mario Land 2, and obviously various other retro Nintendo titles. This offer is not available to existing members with an active Switch Online membership. In addition to this, Nintendo will be hosting. Now, this is the cool part. When I saw the email yesterday, this is really, really kind of cool, and I want to do a stream for this where we might all get to see each other in games. So Nintendo is hosting a My Nintendo Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Community Challenge later this week, where racers can join for the opportunity to receive 310 platinum points. Here are the details. Between March 7th and March 17th, players across the globe will join forces and try to finish 1 million combined laps in the game. If the goal of 1 million laps is completed by all global players combined, everyone who participated in the Americas will receive 310 platinum points. March 10th. I love it. To take part, all you need to do is enter the code. They have a code on screen, and so this is really cool, especially if you have Mario Kart, you don't have online, but you want to participate in this. You can use that trial and then jump in and be part of this community challenge. Which, do more of this, Nintendo. This is amazing. Like, so cool. And I want to see. I'm hoping this is only a sign of things to come when the next game comes out. This is fun. This is fun. I don't know if there's probably not going to be like a counter anywhere. We aren't going to know, but make sure that you're using the code. It's 1152 2501 4827. Again, you can go, maybe I'll use it for the thumbnail for this. So if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see the code right there. I'll also post it on all my socials if you want to be a part of this thing, because how much fun is this? Just trying to get 1 million laps as a community. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to knock it out of the park. Honestly, I think it's going to be no problem. I wonder what the final number will be, and I do hope they share it with us. Like, one thing I am noticing with Nintendo on some of their social channels, they're having a little bit more fun. They're not quite at that Xbox level of like, hey, this is a person talking to you from this company. They're still very, very corporate. But there's a few things, like some of the reels that they've been doing on Instagram, some of the videos they've been putting out, like where they're showing, I don't know if you guys have seen that, look like Stanley Cups, but you got like Mario and Peach, and I think Bowser, Luigi, and Donkey Kong. And they look cool. And they're just doing different videos with that. I've seen some different videos with the different mugs, different coffee mugs. And so it just seems like they're they're branching out a little bit. It's getting a little less corporate and starting to have a little bit more fun. And things like this community event, like more of this, do more of this. I think it is fantastic. So Nintendo's been in court. I think Nintendo's always in court. They were awarded $7 million in the win against counterfeit amiibo sellers. So as you might recall, this is from Nintendo Life. As you might recall, Nintendo and Amazon filed a lawsuit against sellers of alleged fake products, including counterfeit amiibo. In an update, Nintendo has officially won. With the Seattle District Judge Marcia J. Penchman awarding the video game giant approximately $7 million as a default judgment against the two sellers. And it says, thanks, Polygon. Additionally, these sellers have been ordered to completely stop the creation and sale of these products. The sellers who were ordered to cease creating, then selling counterfeit Nintendo products that otherwise infringe on Nintendo's trademark on Amazon. Amazon originally shut down the seller's account prior to the filing of the original complaint dating back to October of 2023. And you can find out a bit more about this lawsuit in our previous story. In other lawsuit news, Nintendo recently had a win against major French shareholder in its battle with, share hoster. In its battle with Pal World continues, and I believe I have the article for the French lawsuit as well. Let's see. I'll open it up real quick. So Nintendo wins lawsuit against major French share hoster. Is now final. So I'm not quite sure what this means. Let's dive into it here. Nintendo is pleased with its court findings. So Nintendo has announced that the French Judiciary Court has ruled that D-Storage SAS, who operates the share hoster website, One Fisher, I think is how you say it, is liable for failing to remove or block pirated games from the platform. So this is going against some pirating stuff here. Although the Paris Court of Appeals had previously ruled in favor of Nintendo in 2023, this further clarification from the French Judiciary Court considered the final word on the matter, making an end to a long lawsuit. Nintendo states that it is pleased with the court's findings of liability against D-Storage and believes that it is significant not only for Nintendo but for the entire games industry. D-Storage is now obligated to remove and block such content from the platform and will be liable to pay compensation to Nintendo should it fail to do so. According to Torrent Freak, One Fisher is a freemium site that is open to access for all users and optional payments required to remove certain restrictions. The site allows links to its content to be posted elsewhere, meaning the general public would have to access the content that potentially infringes upon copyright law. Here is a look at the statement, which is quite long and basically just kind of says the same things, that they're pleased with the overall court findings. And, and I mean, we see it, I see it as a content creator all the time, especially as a Nintendo fan, people just saying, oh, I'll just pirate it. I'll just pirate that game. I don't need to pay for that. I'll just pirate it. And, I don't understand the mindset. I look at, I look at these games as a way for me to relax and to enjoy some entertainment. So I have no problem paying for them. But there are plenty of people out there that believe that all of these game companies are just greedy and, they don't understand the side of business, I guess. I'm not quite sure. But regardless, Nintendo's happy with the court findings. Moving on here, we briefly talked about Mario Day with with what's happening with Mario Kart. There are some pretty good sales, and I would say that they're fairly significant. So since Nintendo has announced it is discounting several first-party retail titles on Nintendo Switch to coincide with the upcoming Mario Day celebrations. That's March 10th, in case it wasn't incredibly obvious. This is just all in the article here. So available on March 9th, 2025, 6 games will be discounted down to a suggested retail price of $39.99, while one or more will benefit from an even heavier discount, retailing at $29.99. So let's check out the games on offer. You've got Super Mario Odyssey, $39.99. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on sale. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Super Mario RPG, Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong is $29.99. And that's a good deal for that game. I enjoyed my time with that game. It's not super long, but it feels like a modern take on Donkey Kong, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I played through the majority of it with my girlfriend's son, and we had a really good time getting all the way to the end and figuring out the puzzles. And so, especially if you have like a younger kid to play with, or even just somebody to do co-op with, it's really, really good. So I do highly recommend that one. So many great titles here. This $39.99. I want to see more of this. I want to see these games put into Nintendo Selects or Player's Choice. I think it would be amazing, and I'm hoping that this is something that we see in the near future. Now, the article says that's not all, though. Also, on the 9th of March, Nintendo's Sound Clock Alarmo will be available for purchase at select retailers in North America, including Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, and Target. Up until recently, the device had only been available directly through Nintendo, with Best Buy getting in on the action only last month. Nintendo is also hosting a sweepstakes event for the official My Nintendo website, offering users a chance to attend Universal Orlando Resort and check out the new Universal Epic Universe, of which Super Nintendo World will be a part. Just make sure you have a whole 10 platinum points available, and usually you can enter up to 3 times. So as long as you got 30 platinum points, you'll be good to go. The other thing worth noting here is Mario Day will come shortly before the launch of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition on the 20th of March, and the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 Direct Showcase on April 2nd. Now, I want to double check. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to open my email, but I think that these deals on the games are not only on the eShop, but I believe they are going to be in retail as well. So give me a quick second here. Here we go. Yeah, Nintendo announces fun ways to enjoy Mario Day, and I'm just taking. The thing the article didn't mention is there's going to be a Super Mario Brothers Wonder OLED bundle that will come with Mario Wonder, which is cool. I believe it's just the white OLED. Taking a look here. Yes, so will be available for suggested retail price at $29.99. That's the end of the sentence for Mario and versus Donkey Kong. Participating retailers including Best Buy, GameStop, Target, and Walmart. So you will be able to get these games on sale physically, not just digitally, if you have been wanting to pick any of those up. And I know for me personally, I ended up with a digital copy of Princess Peach, but have yet to pick up the physical. So this will be the perfect time for me to do that. Moving on, this news shocked me. This absolutely shocked me. 20 years after its demise, publisher Acclaim is being resurrected. Like, if you were a kid of the 80s and the 90s, Acclaim was like, it was one of those publishers that you knew Acclaim, right? Like you knew Acclaim, and when it went away, it was kind of a sad day. It was kind of a sad day. So, back in the day, we're looking at Nintendo Life here. It says back in the day, Acclaim Entertainment was a pretty formidable force in the games industry. It had dozens upon dozens of games under its belt, including the first 2 Burnout titles. So good, so good. The Turok series, which again, so good, and I mean, we have. If you fired it up, I'm 90% sure if you fired it up on the Switch NSO service, you see Acclaim. And Turok 2 is the best. Like this iguana came out from behind it. Oh, I love that. I'll never forget that. Another series that was, you know, amazing, you might even say it was on fire, was NBA Jam. And of course, don't forget Mary Kate and Ashley's Sweet 16 license to drive. Good times, the article says. Unfortunately, the company went bankrupt in September of 2004, but now, just over 20 years later, Acclaim is making a comeback, re entering the market in 2025. However, has seemingly required Acclaim to approach its business from a different direction. It will instead primarily provide funding, marketing, and PR support to independent studios looking to break into the industry. In addition, Acclaim will look to resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic IP and will utilize the expertise of advisory board comprised of Russell Binder, Stryker at Stryker Entertainment, Mark Kaplan at Ridge Partners, and Jeff Jarrett, yes, the WWE legend at Global Force Entertainment to aid its goals. Acclaim's new CEO, Alex Joseph, has said the following: "It is an absolute honor and pleasure to be leading the charge and bringing Acclaim back to the forefront of the games industry. We're fortunate that we have an extremely talented team, that we've already signed some incredible indie titles, which we will be revealing soon." This is awesome. Like, and I'm trying to remember here, but I believe that Acclaim was basically also Ultra, who put out the Turtles games. So uh just kind of cool, because there was rules that Nintendo had where you could only have so many games come out under a publisher, and so they had to open up Ultra in order to get more games out, even though it was basically the same company. So, originally founded in 1987, Acclaim's name was conceived as a way to ensure that it would appear before the likes of Activision and Accolade when viewed alphabetically in the phone book. The same was followed by Activision employees after branching away from Atari. It was literally to show up first in the phone book. Like, is that not just crazy? As it neared its demise in 2004, the company made some controversial decisions when marketing its games. This included an offer to reimburse UK drivers with a speeding ticket ahead of Burnout's 2 launch, and a bizarre competition in which it urged new parents to name their baby Turok to promote the release of Turok Evolution, like, which was crazy. But if Turok Evolution is the one I'm thinking of, I think it was on like GameCube and OG Xbox and PS2. Also a good title. Like, was also really good. So really excited to see that it is making its way back into the industry, and excited to see what's going to come from it. Like, it this I don't know, this kind of stuff, like, it's very nostalgic for me seeing the name Acclaim, and so excited to see what they're going to do. Well, my Nintendo Store adds 2 Mario themed exclusives. This is for the US. Nintendo is often restocking My Nintendo Store with all sorts of goodies, and the latest batch of exclusives have arrived. My Nintendo users located in the US can now get their hands on a Super Mario Stadium tote bag for 500 platinum points. It is clear plastic, and a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe license holder. Well, I know what I will be doing immediately following this. I didn't realize it was I saw that it was a license holder. I did not realize it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So gonna need this one. I'm definitely gonna need this one. So the little blurb from Nintendo, it says, "Get your Mario Kart fixed with the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe license holder and lanyard, or rev up your style with this fun, functional Mario Kart 8 Deluxe license holder, complete with a super cool driver's license and matching lanyard featuring iconic characters. This license holder not only keeps your important cards safe, but also showcases your love for the beloved racing franchise." Like, amazing, amazing. It actually looks kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like pleathery, like leather, fake leather more than likely. So uh it says, "Keep in mind shipping fees apply. Apart from this, Nintendo recently added multiple Donkey Kong themed items to My Nintendo Store as well. And the Alarmo is also available. So there you go. If you're looking to spend some platinum points, That that's a good way to do it. Um, Tony Hawk, you guys, so the reason this show is late, I recorded not one but two episodes, and I had hard drive issues, and they basically didn't save correctly. So that's why you're getting a show so much later. I did an episode on the 8th anniversary of the Switch, just talking about all the things that I feel like Nintendo did right, and it got deleted, unfortunately. And I also did a Nintendo News Daily, and it didn't make it either, where I talked extensively about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. So talking about it now, it was officially revealed. It's coming July 11th, and the reveal trailer got me super, super hyped. I mean, very, very excited. It's basically an update to the article. It says, it's official. Activision has revealed that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 for the Nintendo Switch are scheduled to launch on the July 11th. Naturally, there's no word on a native Switch 2 release at this stage, but we're thrilled to be diving back into these classic titles with revamped visuals and gameplay. The trailer gives us a look at the brand new level called Water Park, while Motorhead's iconic Ace of Spades plays in the background. Oh my goodness. The official website confirms that new skaters and modes will be featured, including expanded Create a Skater, Create a Park modes, and it also reiterates the previously leaked information regarding the deluxe edition content. One of the things that I noticed in the trailer that I'd kind of forgotten about is back in the day, Xbox got an exclusive stage for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 that wasn't available on, I believe it was Xbox. I know it was Xbox. I don't know if it was only Xbox, and I don't think PlayStation 2 or GameCube got it. And so it was kind of I think it was like a refinery, and there was like fires and stuff going on. It was a cool stage, but I saw it in the trailer and was like, yo, that's going to be available everywhere now. So that's really cool. It says, interestingly, it is also noted that it has been authentically remade with streamlined goals and the epic 2-minute format. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 famously ditched the timer for its career mode, so it'll be interesting to see if this new release has somehow brought it back. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think they're going to, and I think they're getting us ready for Tony Hawk 5. Right? Like, I know there was different Tony Hawk games that continued to come out, but I have a feeling that we may see, depending on how the sales are for this and how much hype we may end up seeing a Tony Hawk 5. And I mean, they've got all the assets now, right? Remaking everything and sticking with the 2-minute format. So much fun. Like, you can pick up and play if you got a few minutes, especially if you got your Switch with you. And I'm assuming this is going to be on Game Pass. So if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you've got access to it that way. I know with the games on Xbox and PlayStation, you had to pay a little bit extra for the upgrade path or whatever. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Switch. So if you adopt early, maybe you'll get $10. You can do an upgrade path. I'm not really sure. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, the last thing we're going to look at now is analysts expect Switch 2 to sell like hotcakes in its first quarter, preempting a battle with the PS6. So as it enters its 9th year, it's fair to say that the Nintendo Switch has been quite the sales hit, like 150 million units. Third best-selling console of all time, kind of a hit. We've previously heard analysts make the low-hanging fruit prediction that Switch 2 sales numbers might not live up to its predecessor, but that doesn't mean it won't come out of the gates on a full sprint. At least that's what Toyo Securities analyst Hideki Yasuda is expecting. In a recent blog post on the Japanese GameIndustry.biz website, Yasuda stated that he expects the Switch 2 to shift an impressive 6 million units in its first quarter, second quarter of the fiscal year 25-26. Assuming the console lands a July release, this, according to Yasuda, would be an incredible number and could completely shatter the widespread industry superstition that game consoles must be released during the year-end sales season. And I think he's correct. I don't think it's going to matter what time of year this comes out. It's going to fly off the shelves. I really do feel like Nintendo has made the right choices, and if the rumors are true, that internally this thing has been delayed so that they could continue to get more units on the shelves for this launch. I think even knowing that and having that be the case, I think they're going to just fly off the shelves. So really excited to see an analyst just talking about the the first quarter of or the first quarter of sales anyway for the Switch 2, and 6 million units would be crazy. But I think Nintendo can do it. I do want to do a video just talking about what I think Nintendo needs to do with the future of Switch 2, and how it needs to not only grab all of the existing Switch owners somehow, but they've got to do something to get it into the hands of people that didn't pick up the first Switch. And what does that look like? So it'll be kind of a fun video. I want to do a little bit of market research and stuff before I put that out and really get into it. But really excited for Switch 2, really excited for the April 2nd reveal. And there's so much excitement ahead. So thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. I appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.